Hey, what's up, y'all? And happy Trey Day. I hope you're having a great Wednesday. It's beautiful out here. The sun is out. Like I said, let me go outside, throw on my shades, and come and talk to you guys. So, I know some of you are probably wondering, where did Trey Day come from? So it's not something that I came up with. Wednesdays used to be like hump day for me. And I used to post a lot of, excuse my language. Well, I'm gonna watch my language, so I'm gonna say buttocks. I used to post it, because it's something I'm proud of. I work hard at it, people like it. So I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I embrace myself, you know what I'm saying? So Wednesdays was like a hump day for me. So people started saying, oh my God, I can't wait for Trey Day. They kept saying, I can't wait for Trey Day. So I'm like, oh, okay, so this is a thing. So I started replacing hump day with Trey Day. It just made sense, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, it's Trey Day, y'all. Let's get this shit. You feel me? So yeah, so that's where it came from. So I said, you know what? I have a YouTube channel. I'm in a place in my life where I like to, kind of encourage and uplift people and what's the word? Influence those coming up behind me. Excuse me, it's a truck passing by, so give me 1 second. But yeah, so I'm in a place where I want to actually, be a positive influence on those, around me, coming up behind me, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Because you got all this negativity out there, all this negativity on TV, all these reality shows. Nothing against them, but it's a bunch of fighting, it's a bunch of negativity, it's a bunch of hate. It's just, it's just so much. So I said, I want to be that guy to try to, I would say, go against the grain. Because, we like drama. We like drama. We say, like I know friends of mine that say that they don't like it, but yet they all subscribe to it. They all watch it every single week, so it's something that people like to watch. So I want to be that guy that's putting out something more positive though. I can't watch this stuff. It gives me anxiety. It does something to me. So today for Trey Day, I said I'm gonna start on Trey Days. I'm gonna utilize my YouTube channel to, discuss something, something that's more intimate to me, share my inner thoughts about it, maybe my story, because people ask questions all the time. So today I wanted to discuss basically being your authentic self, whatever that may be. It took a long time for me to get to a place in my life where I could truly live. You know what I mean? Being a gay black man was one of the hardest things for me growing up. I always tried to fight it. And for me to actually say that right now to you guys, it took a long time, just recently, like maybe the last couple of years, to be able to say that. Because depending on whatever crowd I was in, if I was around females, especially black females, I would be like, oh, I'm bisexual. I don't know what it was about saying I'm bisexual, but it was better than saying I was gay. You know what I mean? So they tend to like it. They were, oh yeah. And I'm like, why the fuck did I, excuse my language, why did I just say that? Now they hitting on me, trying to do, now it just opened up a whole nother can of worms. But it took a long time to get to that place, because growing up in Pensacola, Florida, with a family that's kind of old school, men, the gay thing, it just was not a good thing. Boys didn't play with dolls, they wore blue. Girls played with dolls. Boys supposed to be outside playing. The girls are supposed to be girly, get the hair combed and stay in the house, so they're considered tomboys. It's like those types of things. That's what I grew up with. So, back in school, I tried to overcompensate, trying to make myself straight. I had a bunch of female friends. Hell, I dated a bunch of females. As soon as they start talking about sex, it was like, okay, on to the next. You know, I just couldn't do it. I tried it before to share that with you. I don't think, only my close friends know this, but I've tried to have sex with females before, and it was an epic fail. You feel me? Like, that's when I knew I was gay. Like, I tried to force it. And when you like the color red, or you like the color blue, or you like, you know, cars, or you may like a certain type of food or whatever, it's not something you force, it's just something you like. But because my family, my upbringing, the church told me that being gay was like one of the worst things on the face of the earth, I just knew I could not do it. So I tried to fight it. And as you see, I failed. You know, I lost that fight. But you know, so it's just hard. It took me leaving home. It took me leaving home because I couldn't be myself. So I honestly wanted to get from under my mother's roof so quickly so that I could be away from that energy, be away from all of that. You know, at the time, I didn't see it that way. I was just like, I'm just ready to go. But that's what it was. I could not be myself. I found myself looking at boys on the slide and stuff like that. Like I've always been gay. Oh my God, I'm sorry, this just came to my mind. Like, my grandmother caught me on the side of a house as a little boy. And I guess we were playing like a little show and tell type situation. I don't think we were doing anything, but I think we were like showing our private parts to each other and like looking at it. I don't know what, you know, whatever. I just remember my grandmama peeping around the corner of that house, and she took me in the house and she beat my ass. She beat my ass. I think my auntie beat my ass. I think the babysitter up the street, Miss Bernice, I think she beat my ass. And then my mama came home and beat my ass. So it was just, oh my God, like an experience. Like, it's just something you just did not do. So anyway, I left home. I went to FAMU. And then that's when I was like, I'm free. It was like, oh my gosh. But still, I wasn't educated, you know, on what being gay was. Like, I just thought they, you know, hunched and did certain. I didn't know what extent they went to being sexual with one another. I did not know until I saw my first, I think I saw a porn flick or something, or I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, that's when I started to explore. Y'all have to tap into Treyverse. Treyverse is coming out on I Elevate Plus TV. It's a streaming network, so go download it. Like, all of this stuff, you know, it's my own show. I'm gonna be talking about certain topics and all that type of stuff. And, you know, a group of my friends, we're all a part of it. But make sure you go download the app and stay tuned. It's coming soon. But yeah, anyway, so I went off to FAMU, and that's when I started to explore things. I got into my first relationship. I started learning certain terminology. You know, that's when the introduction of being in this lifestyle began in Tallahassee, Florida at FAMU. So anyway, fast forwarding to, you know, a little bit, I ended up moving to Atlanta. And that's when, y'all already know, fresh meat in Atlanta. That's when, the shit hit the fan, baby. Like, they were at me like white on rice. Ain't that what they call white on rice? Like, baby. So I, in my 20s, like, I was a mess. Like, you name it, I probably did. I ain't gonna say too much on here, but let's just say I had my fun. You know, I explored. I did some things that, again, I may mention on Treyverse, so go download the app. Now, I Elevate Plus TV. But I still could not be my authentic self. That was like a life that I was living, like a DL. It was like I wasn't DL, but I was. My family still didn't know at that time. I think I told my mom. Yeah, I did tell my mom. I told my mom when I was like 21. and she told the entire family, and we didn't talk for a long time. So during that time, I believe that's when I attempted suicide. Back then, it was when I broke up with my ex, my dude. We split up, and I was looking for attention. We broke up, and I took a bottle of pills. And like now looking back, it was like it had nothing to do with him. I was missing so much. I was missing so much. I wanted attention, and I wanted it from my family. I wanted it from my mom. I wanted it from my dad, you know, but they could not love me the way that I needed to be loved, because they had that wall that, you know, you can't be certain things to be a black young man, especially growing up in Pensacola, Florida. It just wasn't acknowledged. It wasn't talked about. It wasn't any of that. So anyway, I ended up joining the military, and that slowed me down. You know, like I told you, I was all over the place. Like, I was running from the repo man. I ain't have no money. I was broke. I ain't have insurance. My credit was shot, because, you know, they throw all them credit cards at you in college. I was just done. Like, one day I ran to the recruiting station. I was like, look, I'm tired of this. And I walked in, and I was like, look, tell me what y'all can do for me, because I'm ready. My dad retired out the Army, so don't play with me. You know, so I ended up joining, and that literally saved my life. Joining the military saved my life, because it slowed me down. I was stripping. I stripped for maybe 2 weeks, and let's just say I had my fun doing that too. Like, whew, Jesus. So anyway, the Army saved my life. You know, I grew up. They made me grow up. They made me man up. They taught me the importance of being a man, taught me discipline, a lot of things that I just didn't have at that time. So when I got out to pursue my career as a model, an actor. You know, I weighed my pros and cons. The Army was keeping me from accomplishing certain things. So I got out. I said, it's time to go. So I don't regret doing it. I miss the people, but I don't think if I got out, I would be where I am today. I would still be in a box. And me being Trey Presley, Sagittarius, that box was not working for me at all. You know what I mean? So I got out, and that's when I started working at the daiquiri factory. I met Onyeka Chidanchima. Y'all know her as Oni. I met a lot of great friends, you know, along this journey. You know, I started modeling with Joseph James Hall. You know, he took me under his wing. You know what I mean? Like, that's when shit started. I started meeting different people. Warren Huntley introducing me to, like, the serving environment, that type of entertainment industry. You know, I met the Houstons. You know, I started meeting different people. You know, it just started, I started blossoming. And so it just took all of that, putting myself around the right people to love me for who I am, to they saw stuff in me that I didn't see in myself, that leader, you know, that it factor, you know, that we say you need to have to make it in the industry. You know, like, people would tell me these things and plant these seeds in me, but I didn't see it. So as time went on, it just took experience with the living, being around certain type of people, and basically just putting it in the universe. Like, I'm like telling myself, like, what's self-affirmation? Is that the right? I don't know if that's the right term, but you know what I mean. Like, telling myself that I was it. You know, I am that guy. You know what I mean? I know I have the full package. I'm educated. I have my degree in psychology. You know, I think outside the box. Like, you know, even with relationships, it's like I try to look at myself before I put the blame on other people. You know, like, what did I do wrong? You know, a lot of people don't do these types of things. I have a great heart. You know, a great friend of mine, his name is Todd Harris, told me that my best quality is my heart. And I truly believe that. Like, if you know me, you know that anything I do it with the best intentions in mind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing something to just try to underhand you and stuff like that. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. You know, just truly being your authentic self. It took, like I said, up to just a couple of years ago, me experiencing life, being the hosting and doing all the things that y'all see me online, you know, taking the pictures, Eric Gannison, you know, bringing me out the box with my first full-length commercial, you know what I mean, for the Appeal brand, you know, me being nude and stuff. I'm like, I like this. That's always been me. It's always been me. But to see, it's like you have to step into, I don't know, step into it. Just take that step of faith, that leap of faith, and just truly tap into who you truly are. You would know it. When you start being that person, it just feels right. It's effortless. You know what I mean? And then you stop caring about that outside noise. You know what I mean? You stop caring about people saying, oh, is he gay? I'd be like, yeah, I am. What's your point? I'm Trey. I mean, it doesn't matter who I'm sleeping with. What does that matter? It doesn't matter. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just doesn't. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And then another subject, I'm gonna tap on this another day, another Trey day. It's church and religion and stuff like that. I grew up in the church. Ask me if I go to church today. No, I do not. Because those were the number one people. Those were the main people that made me feel my worst. Let that sink in. Church going people, and I don't know what y'all want to call them, because a friend of mine got on me for saying Christians, churchgoers, whatever. I know in the church, I was one of them. I was one of the faithful members. But in the church, the members were the main ones that made me feel my worst. That's a topic for another day. So I'm saying all this to say, y'all, you know, reach out to somebody. Embrace them for who they are. You know, you see it in them, tell them. Give a compliment. Tell them you love them. All that good stuff, because you never know what that may do for someone. You know what I'm saying? That's along that journey of trying to be their authentic selves or whatever. Because you don't know. The people around them may be bringing them down, and you may be that light to lift them up. You know what I'm saying? We can do this. We can all win. Let's uplift one another and just spread love. There's enough hate in this world. There's enough hate. Let's be that person that's going to spread the love. Nothing but good vibes. To try to lift somebody up so that they can be them true, authentic selves. I hope this helped somebody get through something today. I hope this touched somebody. Please share it, comment, like it, love it. You know, I appreciate it all. Make sure y'all tune in to iElevate Plus TV, because Treyverse will be coming out soon. Y'all just stay tuned. I'll be posting it and blasting it out when I get that date. But again, thank y'all so much. Follow me on Trey_Presley on Instagram, on Facebook. Now my Twitter's a little different now. I use that for something else, but that's another topic for another day. But know that I love y'all, you know, and like I always say, let's get this shit, baby. Whoop whoop, yeah.